All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So in this one, I wanted to talk a little bit about Will McDonald, obviously a former first-round pick, a guy who, in my opinion, has a tremendously high upside. Somebody who the Jets obviously love. If they didn't love him, they wouldn't draft him in the first round, passing up on other team needs. Right at the time, we were deep at defensive end, and we still went ahead and took Will McDonald. And he comes in and has a pretty good year, all things considered, right? A pretty good rookie year based off of the amount of talent at the position, based off of the rotation that the Jets do on the defensive line. It's not like Will McDonald is out there, 80-85% of the time having tons of opportunities to rack up numbers. It's a limited basis here. If we think back, it was Bryce Huff, it was Jermaine Johnson, JFM, Michael Clemens. The Jets have a ton of pass rushers. In 15 games, he had 3 sacks, 14 tackles, and 5 quarterback hits, which isn't the best on paper, but if you look at like pass rushing win rate, Will McDonald was actually really, really good, which is super encouraging, right? I mean, I'm a big fan of Will McDonald. I know the timing of the pick was a little weird. The fact that the Jets, again, drafted him, a defensive end, over wide receiver, offensive line, trading back. It was a weird time for sure. But when I'm just looking at Will McDonald as a player, I do feel like he brings a lot to the table. Really jumps off the ball, has a lot of speed, quickness. I think Will McDonald can be really, really good. So if we're looking ahead into 2024, his role should be bigger. No JFM. No Bryce Huff. We still don't really have a solution with the whole Hassan Reddick situation. So if I'm Will McDonald, I'm going to be taking as many snaps as possible in camp, right? I'm going to relish this opportunity. I mean, if Reddick is not there, all of a sudden we're down 3 pass rushers, or really 2 pass rushers compared to last year, and our one replacement isn't there. So, those snaps have to be made up somewhere. If I'm Will McDonald, again, I'm relishing this opportunity, and I'm trying every single day to get better and better. In fact, one of McDonald's goals was adding more weight this offseason to try to get better in the running game, because that is an area which McDonald struggled in a year ago. He goes on to say, "I'm at the point now that I wanted to be at this date. I have better upper strength. I've got about 2 or 3 more pounds to gain, and I'll be set for the season. As long as I maintain that, I should be able to reach my fullest potential every day." Another really interesting fact is that Tyron Smith is having a big impact on Will McDonald as well. McDonald said, "I have just been picking Smith's brain and just having him give me tips on things. I've been learning what he does and how he approaches the game, and seeing how I can attack that in a different way." So again, I don't see the Jets drafting Will McDonald. I don't see the Jets letting Huff walk, trading JFM, despite the team adding Hassan Reddick. I just don't see this organization, Saleh, Ulbrich, Joe Douglas, making all these moves, opening up the pathway for Will McDonald if they didn't absolutely love him. I think one thing that you can say about Robert Saleh, believe me, I have my own issues with a lot of things, offensive input, leadership, and whatnot. But one thing that I really, really love about Robert Saleh, and Jeff Ulbrich as well, is defensive line development. It really feels as though everybody on the defensive line is maximizing their talents. They're getting better every week, every practice. The only player that I feel like just didn't really do that is Carl Lawson. I can't think of another player on the Jets defensive line that went backwards. And with Carl Lawson, obviously injuries played a big part, but again, Will McDonald, I think the sky's the limit for him. I am totally excited to see what he's going to bring on game day. And I'm pumped that everything is trending in the right direction with his development, with his growth, and with the overall power and size as well. So anyway, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching. And as always, go Jets.